Stephen Mays and Team Two. All right. Thank you for your submission. I get it. I totally get it. No worries about a late submission. Not worried about it at all. I mean, it's a work in progress, guys. So it's the last week of class. It's a team project. We're all in different time zones. It's asynchronous platform. I totally get it. No worries at all. All right, let's go ahead and take a look. Listen, guys, I want to tell you something. And this is for the whole class, not only for Team Two, but for the whole class. And I just got done looking at Team Two's project and looking at the other projects, and you guys are just really seriously kicking butt here in this assignment. And I think it's great because I had mentioned a couple of times, and I never set this out as a requirement, right? But I had mentioned a couple of times the relevance of using this piece in your portfolio just to show that you have experience with team collaboration, you have experience with HCD, human-centered design, you have experience with design thinking, you have experience with deep dive immersion using IDEO techniques. And that's huge, especially for anybody who is contemplating moving forward to going into UX design or even human-centered design as a major. It's really super important in the curriculum, in the classes you take, to come out of the classes with a tangible piece that you can use for your portfolio. And that's, if you guys know, if you guys have noticed, and many of you have commented on this, and many of you have had me in other classes and realized that when I critique, I'm pointing towards student portfolio, because I think it's really important for you to understand how this piece will relate to your design skills as presented in a student portfolio. And again, I think the most important thing is to show experience in that portfolio in collaborative work, which is intensely important to the graphic design process, as well as the IDEO, deep dive, and design thinking HCD techniques. So for the whole class, without exception, every group ran with this. And not one group said, oh, yeah, I think we're just going to do the minimum requirements. No, all of you took off with this and have presented just gorgeous, gorgeous work. I think the work that you guys are showing is far surpasses the examples. And that's all 4 teams, guys. So be proud of yourself. You guys are learning. It's so abundantly clear. Team 2, Team 3, right now for this team, Team 2, but again, Team 3, Team 1, and Team 4, you guys, everyone's doing great work here. So, all right, Team 2, let's go ahead and jump over. Okay, Team 2, to start things out, first of all, I want to say I've gone through your entire book. It's amazing, just amazing work. Fantastic job. I want to just reduce that a little bit to fit it in the window. Low-res image, guys, low-res image. Don't want a low-res image on your cover, certainly not. I mean, that kind of sets the tone for the presentation. So if, as a professional designer, if I look at student work and I see a low-res image, I'm like, oh gosh darn it. It's so important, guys. It's so important. This is low-res. I mean, we can see, just zoom in, just a couple of clicks and we can clearly see pixelization there. Look at the difference between the beautiful, clean, clear lines of this vector logo and that of the image that's pretty severely pixelated. So I know that this is compressed, and I know that that is causing some lack of clarity there, but not to this extent. So definitely check that. That should be a high resolution image. I mean, these are, let me zoom in here. These are clearly high res images. Look at the difference, okay? So if you can just look at an area like that, see the pixelization, look over here, none. Same thing here, moving forward, that's high res. I think all of your images look great except that cover image. High res. Yep, it's just that cover image, guys. So I highly recommend changing that. Okay, cover looks good, nice and inviting. Now, on the cover, I would add some information. Okay, so now, as you guys have seen, any of you who have experience with the portfolio review realize that some portfolio reviewers and even some hiring professionals really rush through portfolio work. And I think that a lot of hiring professionals tend to take a look at the first couple of pages of the presentation, and they kind of ascertain where it's going from there. For that reason, I want you guys to consider your cover. Include a couple things on your cover so the viewer knows what they're getting into. Include the fact that this is a collaborative team project. Include the fact that we are employing human-centered design here. I would even include the name of the class, user prototyping. User prototyping, include the fact that you're using human-centered design, include the fact that you're using design thinking, and include the fact that this is a collaborative team project. That way the viewer will look at it and go, oh, okay, now I know what to look for. All right, so table of contents, great. Meet the team, outstanding. Problem analysis. Your type here, guys, I think your type is a little bit large. I don't know what size this page is, but based on the spatial relationships of the type to the picture plane of the actual page itself, I think you're a little bit large here in your type. I would recommend reducing the size a little bit. Also, if you take a look here, this is a little out of alignment here, problem analysis. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to take this, use it as a straight edge, okay? And this is just part of the class page, but we can see there that left margin. See how the indent, that headline is indented a little bit. And also over here, okay, there's your, so it looks like you're, yeah, good job. It looks like you're adhering to the grid. Everything is starting. Yeah, you might want to watch the grid a little bit, though. The scenario pages are consistent. So yeah, never mind. No, you're good. You're good. Looks like you're following the grid quite nicely. But this area right here, these kind of intro page areas, problem analysis, type's a little bit large, and I think it's a little bit long. Watch your character count. It's not too bad at all. I think reducing the type size a little bit, but character count should be anywhere between roughly 50 and 71 characters or so. Once you exceed that, start maybe thinking about 2 columns of type. Not too bad here though at all, but I definitely think that the type size here is a little bit, this is more comfortable if we take a look at this kind of situation here. It's a little easier to read because it's not so like up in your face as this is. And that quite often can be a little problematic in a digital format because it makes it a little bit difficult for the viewer to read. So I would consider reducing your type size there a little bit. Other than that, I think the layout looks fantastic. Again, look pretty long on your character count there. That's pushing over 100. I would definitely consider in your scenarios, consider 2 columns of type. Yep, definitely. Okay, then right here, again, 2 columns of type. That's really long. Same here. Same comments as before with the type size. Other than that, the rest, I think we're looking pretty good. Okay, let's jump back up to the top. Okay, table of contents looks good. Meet the team looks great. Problem analysis, excellent. Good job, good writing. User feedback, of course, that looks like that hasn't been completed yet. Deep dive problem solving, empathy, ideation, execution. Okay. Okay, all right, good. I don't see much on human-centered design here, so you might want to get into that as a paragraph or even a dedicated page talking about human-centered design as well as deep dive problem solving as well as design thinking. So we're looking at 3 different things here to really be emphasized is the fact that you're using deep dive problem solving techniques, you're using a human-centered design, and you're using design thinking. So all 3 of those, and I would say dedicated pages on those. Vehicle info, team solution. Excellent. Personas and scenarios are great, guys. Fantastic job there. Oh, great job. I love that you guys took off with this. I just love it. Scenario, concept sketches. Okay, this page, guys, this is a really super important page. Concept sketches, initial ideas, presentation of the team members and their initial ideas, including sketches. I would say maybe even go for 3 different pages on this, a dedicated page for each idea. And the reason being is because the sketches are really difficult to see. And plus, it seems like this is just kind of really jumbled together. There's a lot of information in this page right here. And I think that maybe if we span this out to have 1 page for the initial sketches, concept idea for the team member who came up with multi-page, and then another dedicated page for concept sketches and ideas based on the team member. And you can include the team member's name too, and whoever came up with these ideas. So feel free to include those. Okay, but again, I just think that there's too much information on 1 page here. Not enough to really make this kind of separation from the 3 ideas based on the fact that right now they're kind of grouped together as 1 idea. Okay, here's our ideas. Instead of saying, okay, here's team member A's idea. This is the sketch. This is the idea. This is why it's relevant. Then moving on to the next and then the next. It seems like that way each individual idea plays a little bit more of a prominent role in the final outcome. Okay, these are great, guys. Mock-ups are outstanding. Yep, you got it, man. Good stuff. Wireframes, and you went ahead and you wireframed out and you kind of rendered each of the three ideas. So again, just great work. Final solution, excellent. Paper prototypes, nice job. I can't wait to see your testing on these. This is good stuff, guys. Then your digital prototypes. These are okay. Now, those of you who are watching along, guess what? It gets better. Here's our clickable prototype. So we got this is what it looks like. Okay, here's your build. Here's your color. Here's your powertrain. Whoops, where's our, don't have wait a second. So we've got color, powertrain, cabin bed, grade, accessories, and these accessories, right? Okay, there's no page here to click. There's no click on this, and then we just go from straight to the packages. So I'm wondering if it wouldn't help to have an actual accessories page to show what happens, and so if you click one of these, it gives you the different choices there. That's not required. It's just food for thought. So I think it's very easy to follow. Then we have our packages, and then we have our build. And that's great. Good stuff. Good stuff. I wonder if we couldn't get well, there's your final page. I was going to say, I wonder if it wouldn't be behooved to have a final page showing the build. Let me just jump in here. I want to see this image. Yep, again, that's a low-res image, guys. See that right there? That's called compression artifact. That's due to the fact that this was probably saved as a JPEG several times. We got compression artifact here, and we also got some pretty severe pixelization. So again, that's another image that I would recommend you change that to a high res. Okay, wow, Team 2, wow, good stuff. Great job, great job. And again, everybody, you guys are seriously doing some great work here. So Team 2, questions, comments, concerns moving forward, please let me know. But you guys are doing very, very good work. All right, great job. Thanks, guys.